disappearance and murder of Kelsey Berreth, a young mother and pilot in 2018, captivated the nation. Surveillance footage played a crucial role in piecing together the events leading up to and following her disappearance. Kelsey Berreth, 29, was a flight instructor living in Woodland Park, Colorado with her 1-year-old daughter. She was engaged to Patrick Frazee, a rancher. Kelsey was last seen on November 22, 2018, which was Thanksgiving Day. On that day, she was spotted on surveillance footage shopping at a local Safeway grocery store with her daughter. Footage marked the last time she was seen alive. The Safeway surveillance footage was a critical piece of evidence helping to establish a timeline of Kelsey's last known movements. Additionally, surveillance footage from nearby businesses and traffic cameras helped investigators track the movements of individuals associated with Kelsey, particularly Patrick and his associate Crystal Lee Kenny. The investigation quickly focused on Patrick as his behavior and statements raised suspicions. It was revealed that Patrick had been having an affair with Crystal Lee Kenny, a nurse from Idaho. Kenny eventually cooperated with the authorities, providing testimony and details about Patrick's actions. According to Crystal Lee Kenny, Patrick had planned Kelsey's murder for months and had attempted to enlist her help multiple times. On November 22, 2018, Patrick allegedly bludgeoned Kelsey to death in her apartment and then enlisted Kenny to help clean up the crime scene. Kenny testified that she drove from Idaho to Colorado to assist Patrick and later helped dispose of Kelsey's remains. Patrick was arrested and charged with Kelsey's murder. During the trial, the prosecution presented a compelling case bolstered by Kenny's testimony and the surveillance footage. Patrick was found guilty of first-degree murder and other charges in November 2019 and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In 2016, the murder of fitness instructor Missy Bevers in Midlothian, Texas, shocked the community and remains unsolved to this day. Surveillance footage from the crime scene offers chilling insights into the case and has been a critical piece of evidence in the investigation. Missy Bevers, a 45-year-old mother of 3, was a well-known fitness instructor who led early morning boot camp classes at the Creekside Church of Christ. On April 18, 2016, she arrived at the church around 4:20 a.m. to set up for a class scheduled to begin at 5 a.m. Tragically, her body was discovered later that morning by her students who found her unresponsive and called 911. The church's surveillance cameras captured disturbing footage of the suspected perpetrator inside the building. The video shows an individual wearing what appears to be police tactical gear, including a helmet, gloves, and a vest marked police. The suspect can be seen wandering through the hallways, breaking glass and opening doors, possibly searching for Missy. Despite clear footage, the suspect's face is obscured by the helmet, making identification difficult. Police have said the suspect's unusual gait, visible in the footage, has been a significant focus as investigators believe it might help identify the individual. Despite extensive media coverage and a substantial reward for information, the suspect has not been apprehended. The mysterious disappearance of Lars Mittank in 2014 has captivated the internet and true crime enthusiasts. Lars, a 28-year-old German tourist, vanished under bizarre circumstances in Bulgaria, and the last known footage of him is both haunting and perplexing. Lars was on vacation with friends at the Golden Sands Resort on the Bulgarian coast. An altercation at a bar left him with a ruptured eardrum, preventing him from flying home with his friends. He stayed behind to recover and was last seen at the Varna airport. Surveillance cameras at the airport captured Lars behaving erratically. The footage shows him entering the airport, then suddenly running out, abandoning his luggage. He is seen sprinting through the terminal over a fence and into a nearby forest where he vanished. This footage is the last confirmed sighting of him. The disappearance of Lars Mittank continues to be one of the most intriguing unsolved cases, with the eerie surveillance footage adding to the mystery. Despite extensive media coverage and numerous tips, Lars's whereabouts remain unknown. The disappearance and subsequent discovery of the Jamison family in rural Oklahoma is one of the most baffling and eerie cases in recent history. In 2009, Bobby, Sherilyn, and their 6-year-old daughter Madison vanished without a trace, leaving behind a series of puzzling clues captured on surveillance footage. The Jamison family was last seen alive on October 8, 2009, when they went to look at a 40-acre plot of land near Red Oak, Oklahoma. They intended to purchase the land and live in a storage container they already owned. Their truck was found abandoned days later with their belongings, including their dog, which was found malnourished but alive. The truck contained their wallets, IDs, phones, and a significant amount of cash. Surveillance footage from their home, recorded the day they disappeared, shows Bobby and Sherilyn in a trance-like state, moving back and forth between their house and their truck as they pack it. Their movements appear aimless and disoriented, which has led to various theories about their state of mind and what might have happened to them. After an extensive search, their skeletal remains were found on November 16, 2013, more than 4 years after they disappeared, in a remote area near where their truck was located. The cause of death could not be determined due to the state of the remains, leading to numerous theories, including foul play, murder, suicide, and accidental death due to exposure, or an animal attack. The Jamison family's disappearance and discovery of their bodies remain one of the most perplexing, disturbing cases in modern true crime history. The surveillance footage and the lack of clear answers continue to intrigue and haunt those who follow the case. Jun Lin, 33, was a computer engineering student at Concordia University in Montreal, Canada. He was last seen alive on May 24, 2012. His friends reported him missing shortly after, and the investigation quickly escalated as disturbing evidence began to surface. Surveillance cameras captured critical moments in the days leading up to and following Jun Lin's murder. Footage shows Jun Lin entering his apartment building with Luca Magnotta, a Canadian adult film actor and model, who would later be identified as his murderer. Magnotta was seen in the footage carrying out various activities related to the crime, including disposing of evidence. Jun Lin was brutally murdered and dismembered by Magnotta, who then mailed body parts to various political parties and schools in Canada. The crime scene was discovered when a janitor found a suitcase containing Lin's torso outside Magnotta's apartment. Additionally, Magnotta uploaded a video of the murder online, which further horrified the public and investigators. Magnotta fled Canada shortly after committing the crime, leading to an international manhunt. He was eventually captured in Berlin, Germany, in an internet cafe where he was recognized by a fellow patron who had seen his face in the news reports. The case received extensive media coverage worldwide, with public outrage and horror directed at the nature of the crime and the disturbing video evidence. The use of social media and online platforms by Magnotta to publicize his crime added another layer of shock. Luca Magnotta was extradited to Canada, where he stood trial for the murder of Jun Lin. In December 2014, he was found guilty of first-degree murder and other charges, including committing an indignity to a body, and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years.